You know, for Lyrical Monasterio's second Highlander deck, it's gone a long way. I've talked about this deck since set 1, I did another one in set 2, and I wanted to do a video in Lyrical DLZ BTO1, I wanted to do one set 4, I wanted to do one set 5, but I think, you know what, it's time I just talk about the whole deck in its entirety and really serve out the point of this deck discussion. A deck discussion. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today I am back to talk about Krysrain in DivineZ. Honestly, for someone who was called the worst fated one, I think now she's the best. If not, one off. Because the support that she gets literally every 2 months blows me away every time. We not only get a second right line from her, we also get multi-attack, a Q-Tire clone, $40 staples again. Like, it's really incredible. And because I don't like to talk about lyrical decks that are not Felty Rosa alone, today we have Fader Forth.
How's your lyrical cup going, guys?
So today we're going to talk about Krysrain. I'm going to put links in the description below for the previous Krysrain video, but do be warned, most of the deck's gone. So I do recommend you to actually watch this whole video to the end, especially for the quick deck profile that we will do. Although I don't think it'll be that quick because we have actually quite a fair bit of cards to cover. So let's start off by talking about the deck in its entirety, and then we'll move on to, really talking about whether the deck succeeded or not. So we'll start off with the right deck. The right deck, we have the Grade 0 starter. I think any starter is fine, honestly, but sure, you can play this. The Grade 1 and Grade 2 right line, we now play the Encounter right line for Mermaids. It's Aqua and Setna back from Bermuda Triangle. So for all of you who also used to hate Bermuda Triangle like me, welcome to hell. So tell them what it does.
So Setna is basically like they act very similarly to how they did in V series, which is that they are basically just there as consistency tools. Setna's skill is that when it's ridden on top of by top idol Aqua, you Soul Blast 1, you look at the top 7 cards in your deck, review up to 1 Grade 2 or greater card. Yeah, it can be anything. Just a card there's Grade 2 or greater from among them, and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck.
Just like good.
Yeah, so it's a Soul Blast, you tilted out for it, basically half of your deck, because half of this deck is Grade 2 or greater, then you just add it to your hand. Then Aqua skill is the same skill, except it's free, but it's just top 5, and it requires you to write any card that is a mermaid race. So Krysrain is a mermaid,
Yay!
So that's why she can use this. So the right line is just way better than Musette and Aqua, Musette and Aqua.
Yeah.
I know, it's very confusing. I don't know why there's so many cards called Aqua, but yeah, so
Aqua Force.
then we have Fated 1 of Ever-Changing Krysrain. So it's the same skill as last time. She's very good at resource generation as long as you have a Highlander board, and then she Divine skill, Big Boom, 63k 3 crit attacker. Very strong. But what has changed, honestly, is that now Krysrain is way more consistent in hitting that, in being able to pressure your opponent to get to that 3 to 4 damage threshold where you can actually be lethal. So now we can go through the rest of the deck. So for our Grade 3s, we are only playing 3 copies of Krysrain for Persona Right.
And 1 in the right deck.
Yeah, because Persona Right is very strong in this deck because it's you're copying your Vanguard's power, so it will never ever go wrong, honestly. Just play Persona Right. We're not playing the counter charges or the hit CC anymore because I feel as though like this deck can run through fast enough to hit the heals, and you can probably win fast enough that you don't need the CC that much anymore.
Okay. For our Grade 2s, we play Aqua in the right deck. And then we have a whole slew of generics. So we have 4 Franset, who is from DZBTO2. So I'll put the links in the description below for that video if you want to check it out. Oh yeah, we have Ladder in here too. Yeah, should mention. Because we want our bots to stay alive. We play 3. We only have 3 Agnes now? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, 3 Agnes, and then we have 3 Presia. And then we have 3 copies of this new girl. Tormana. Okay, so right deck, we've already covered it. Let's talk about Franset first, since we've covered Franset.
So Franset is in... I don't remember that we did do a...
We did.
Set 2 Krysrain deck profile, but Franset is basically the bread and butter. This deck, if this is basically the Suleiman to Krysrain's Outmao.
Suleiman!
She's like it's like the bread and butter Grade 2 that you must always be able to draw, otherwise you basically just auto lose the game.
Isn't it Agnes?
No, it's Franset. So Franset's skill is that when he attacks, if you have 3 units with different name, which is herself plus 2 other rear guards, then she gains 5k. And if you have 4 units on the board with different name. Then at the end of a battle, she gets to choose one rearguard and bounce it back to her hand. So basically, she's a loop, and that's not herself. So she can loop basically any one of your rearguards for any deck ever, which is why she's $40. But also for Krysrain, it's incredibly important because there's a lot of decks that have control now in this meta that's being able to wipe out your whole field like Varga, Dragons, Raksha. So you want to just bounce everything that you possibly can back to your hand so you can keep looping it next turn, and then you can keep having a board for the future turns to come.
Amazing.
But France's main reason why she's so important for Krysrain is because of her ability that when she's chosen by the ability of the Krysrain Vanguard, you choose your Vanguard and give it 10,000 power until the end of the turn. So the problem with Krysrain in set 1 was that she always had the problem was that whether to give the rearguard the power
Of herself.
and then she just becomes a 13k vanilla with a crit, or you give everything to the Vanguard and then your rearguards are like hitting for PP numbers. So now Francet basically solves that problem because you can give the rearguard the power and then the rearguard gives the Vanguard the power. So it basically solves all the problems that this deck has. Very, 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 very strong card, Magnetizer to your hand. Then moving on, now we're going to all go on to the old cast members. So we're going with Brescia. Honestly, I think Brescia has to be one of the worst aging energy cyclers out of all of them because her rearguard circle skill is absolutely useless.
What is it?
Her rearguard skill is just when she's placed on rearguard circle, if you have Persona Release turn, CB1 or Energy Blast 3, you choose one of your rearguards and it gives 5k, and then at the end of that turn, it goes back to your hand. So that rearguard that you tag has to stay in the rearguard circle for the whole turn and not be bounced by any of your other like 4 to 5 different bounce abilities. Then you get the bounce back to it.
But it's undoable in Krysrain.
Yeah, so it's like, why would you ever waste 3 energy just to do that? So Brescia's pretty bad, honestly, and if she's probably like the next person to go, honestly, even though Krysrain has a very good energy economy, but the energy cycler effect can only hold her back, only like keep her in this deck for so long, honestly. Then obviously she's a standard energy cycler effect. Then we have Agnes. So Agnes is consistency. It used to be the strongest consistency for this deck, but she did cause a Count Blast and an Energy Blast, so it's very annoying. But that's why she's now only a 3 copy. So she's still good because she can toolbox anything. She can toolbox Perfect Guard, she can toolbox your Francet, and she's really good at getting you out of a bind. But the problem is that once you use her once, you don't really get a lot of chances to use her after that because she costs way too much resource. And then of course we have the new card, which is everyone up in arms about. It's Krysrain tier 1.5, which is Thor Mana. So Thor Mana's effect is when placed on rearguard circle, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater Krysrain, Soul Blast 2 cards with different names, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1 without a Sentinel, reveal it, and if it does not share a name with a rearguard, you call it to rearguard circle, and that unit gains plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn, and you shuffle your deck. So she's basically just Kutaya. She can search for any grade 1 that you want that is not a Sentinel, and then call it, and that unit will become and the unit gets plus 5k. So it's very, very, very good. And if you notice, it doesn't specify when you have to call her, unlike a lot of like new very, very busted on place effect rearguards that they've been giving out in DivineZ a la Negolizi. So the fact that you can call this in your battle phase means that when Krysrain does a Divine skill, you can just call Tormana, and Tormana can toolbox any grade 1 that you want, and that grade 1 can either give you a really, really big booster, it can bounce Tormana back to your hand, like let's say it's Eureka, because your whole field is empty, so basically you can call any grade 1. And you can also like call stuff like, I don't know, you can call Sia, which gives you an additional attack. So there's a lot of ways you can get yourself out of a bind with this deck thanks to Tormana now, and it also makes your Divine skill turn way, way, way more deadly. Because you can toolbox any grade 1 that you want from that skill rather than just having just one rearguard and then swing past. So Tormana, then also Tormana has one last skill, which is that it's a 15k attacker if you have a Krysrain Vanguard, but that honestly doesn't really matter because Agnes is still a bigger attacker. So you just need Tormana for the consistency, which is why we're not playing so many Agnes anymore, because we don't need Agnes to fetch out as many grade 1s anymore, we just need her to fetch out PGs and Francet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all for the grade 2s?
That's all for the
grade 1s, we have this is set now. Set now from the right deck.
Yes.
I love you, Bermuda Triangle. Just kidding, I hate this nation.
Play round.
3 round.
Yes.
1 Seiya. And then 1 copy of
What's the skill's name? Wait, let me check.
Never mind. 4 new perfect guards.
Averna Gina.
4 Eureka, the creators of Lyrical Monasterio,
Yes.
and 4 copies of Raum.
No, this is not wrong. This no, Round is
This
the
one,
other.
Roam.
Rosha.
Rosha.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mispronounced
Rosha.
it. Okay, so I'll just go through a few first. You already know this one, so bye bye. We play for perfect guards. We need to play 4 differently named perfect guards because it's the Highlander deck, so I don't think I need to explain that. You can play any perfect guard. There's over like 12 lyrical perfect guards at this point. Just pick what you want, doesn't matter. Eureka is the ultimate lyrical staple of all time. You have to own
Unless
it.
your name is Flam G, you have to play her in every deck.
Or Felty Rosa. The skill is that when your other unit is placed in the same column as this unit, if your opponent's Vanguard is Great Chief greater, this unit gains 5. So it's a 13k booster if you go second and fighting, the Great Chief opponent Vanguard. But that's not why this card was $50. The skill is that at the end of battle, this unit boosts, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your boosted units and it goes back to the hand. For 1 Soul Blast, you get to completely fold your entire aggressive push for very cheap Soul Blast 1 cost, and you can keep pushing for your numbers very quickly. And that basically means you can rush very effectively. Even if Eureka dies to Varga Regress, the unit that it boosts has been saved, so it will come back another turn. So, all in all, this is still a must play 4 off if you intend to play Lyrical at higher levels. If you have no intention of winning a Lyrical card, frankly, you can skip this one. But if you just want to play this for at least 1 win in the WGP, you have to play 4.
Well, it's been 2 reprints, so I
3.
Okay, 3 reprints, so I really hope you've gotten her by now.
By the way, there's another interaction for Eureka where at the end of battle, if another unit bounces her at the end of that battle, she can still Soul Blast 1 and bounce the boosted unit. So you can if the unit that she boosts uses its skill to bounce her, she can still use her skill to proc the boosted unit and bounce that back to hand, saving the entire column.
Yeah, and that's why I hire interns now. So thank you. And then of course Raum is still Krysrain's best booster because if you have a Krysrain Vanguard, that's Great Chief Greater, she gains 5. And then when she boosts a Great Chief Greater Krysrain Vanguard, you can Energy Blast 3 if you have 4 more cards on the board with different name, 4 more rears or with different names, and then your Vanguard gets a super guard restrict. And the guard restrict is either you guard with 3 cards in hand or a perfect guard. So right? Is that right?
Yeah.
No, 3 more cards.
No, 3 or more cards with different grade.
3 or more cards with different grade.
Or it must be you.
So you can either force your opponent to start playing Highlander, or just perfect guard. So it's Glory and Flattenberg mixed into one. I cannot believe this was the end result. You can play 3 now because we have a lot of consistency. It digs through the deck like hell, so you will generally find your 1 round to drop behind Krysrain. But you definitely still need to drop this behind Krysrain because it makes the Vanguard column very threatening. So 3 is fine. Anything lower than 3 is wrong. I'll let you cover the spicy tech picks.
Okay, so
We've covered this one.
Averna Gina basically says that when she boosts, if you have used your divine skill this game already, then she becomes a 10k booster. That's basically all. Yeah, so your Vanguard, you have to use Krysrain's divine skill this game, and then she becomes an 18k booster. So she's pretty good, but she's just numbers. So she doesn't really add much to the deck other than just being a very big stick. But the fact that she's a 18k booster for free, I'm not gonna say that she's bad. Then of course we have CR, which is the ultimate spicy tech that this deck is playing, because the fact that now we have Highlander, any grade 1v1, we can now just Highlander for 5th attack.
And that's all through the brand new card.
Yeah, which is Tormana basically enables you to get CR out of the deck at any time during your divine skill turn. So, and also CR is just really good. The fact that just the fact that you can toolbox out a card that is this situational like CR anytime that you want in a Highlander deck, it's really good. So if you forgot what CR does, it was a card in the original Kyrie trial deck, which is that when she's placed on Regular Circle, so she can be placed on anywhere. So she's placed on Regular Circle, so plus 1. Look at the top card of your deck. You either put it into your hand and discard 1, or you can call that card.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really easy condition to hit, and the fact that you don't really play anything else besides Eureka that's Soul Blast in this deck, and then also Krysrain can also enable a lot of Soul Charge. The fact that you're just Persona riding a law, then you put your Rosha into Soul, then you will have a lot of different name cards in your Soul anyways. So hitting Tormana's cost is not a problem, and then any excess names in your Soul, you just use it for CR.
Yep.
And Eureka. Yeah. So CR is pretty good.
This one?
Yeah, so Rocher is the reason why Krysrain is even a viable deck still, and the fact that, and I know a lot of people say that she's not even that good because she only enables one restand, but the fact that she is a restand at all it already
really
makes
good.
Krysrain really good. So Rocher Rocher was a card from DZ BTO4, which is that any battle that she boosts, if your Vanguard is Krysrain, you Energy Blast 3, put herself into the soul, draw a card, and then you choose a rear guard that was chosen by Krysrain's ability this turn and stand it.
So the unit that you gave the plus 15 to now gets a stand.
Yes.
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
a 4th attack, basically, as long as you can put in rotation, which is very easy. And then that's, during your normal turn, if you define skill, then you just get more.
Yeah. So the reason why I still believe you have to play Rocher at 4 is because you want to save your Tormana, search for other cards like
Yes.
Sia, like Eureka, like Evergina. Basically any other great one that is not her, because you want to just be able to hard draw her anyways.
So you can use the new grade 2 to toolbox all your more situational grade 1s and use this really good grade 1 who is a restander for just restanding.
Yes.
Alright. Seems fair enough. Our grade 0s, and last but not least, for our grade 0s, we play our starter. Yes, so we play this one. Then we play one Blue OT. The Blue OT is just for the 9th crit. Really cool. 4 heals. I don't think it matters what heal you play, but
You just have to just play Highlander but the thing is that I only have three different lyrical heals. So I'm just playing 3 of the different names.
well. We play 4 crit, 8 crit, and then 3 effect draw because we need pieces. Okay, and that will wrap up the Krysrain deck profile. Now, I don't really think we need to talk about how to counter Krysrain. I don't think there's a counter to Krysrain. So I think I'll just jump to the next question. Do you think this deck has succeeded 1 year later to DivineZ? Do you think that the support pays off, or it's just
I think it only succeeded in August.
in August, right?
August when it finally got an actual restander, it actually became a real deck after the restander. And now that the fact that we have Tormana also means that it's just the deck is just absolutely crazy,
Because it gets the ability to toolbox any grade 1 it wants.
Yeah.
Why are you putting my box in?
But other than that, I think that the deck has finally succeeded. I think the new right line helps. I think the new support helps. So yeah, overall I'm really glad that Krysrain after 1 year has ended off well. So that's really about all I can say. Will you be bringing this deck to any tournaments soon?
No.
No. Why not?
I still feel as though Krysrain is just doesn't have the firepower to really kill anyone. It's like it's a very, very fair deck still.
It's a very
Even
fair
until
deck.
now, it still feels like it's way too fair of a deck. Especially when you compare it to a deck that already exists and it's like $80 cheaper. It does way more unfair things than whatever Krysrain can ever come up with, which is really crazy to think about that. An anime deck is losing to a $20 budget lyrical deck.
I could probably build Flamgram for like 1,500 yen at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, but I still think this deck's fine, so I'm happy to.
It's fine, but it's nothing spectacular, I feel.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, most lyrical decks are just copies of each other, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.